Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a message for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts to my videos I posted. Pisces, if you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would totally mean the world to me. O Cosmic Creator, source of all light and life, you are my shepherd guiding me through every valley, every shadow. I lack nothing, for you lead me beside the still waters and restore my soul. In your presence I find peace and strength, for you're with me always. Your rod and staff comfort me, and your love prepares a path before me, even in the face of adversity. Grant me the serenity to embrace what I cannot change, the courage to change what is within my power, and the wisdom to discern the difference as I walk each day in faith. In the presence of your infinite grace, I am unafraid, for your kingdom flows through me as it does all creation. With deep gratitude, I give thanks for the miracles already set in motion in my life. Shift what must be shifted, move what needs to be moved, and illuminate my path before you with your divine light. Align my heart, my actions, and my soul with your will, for I know you have already provided the strength, guidance, and blessings that I need. I release all fear, and I surrender fully to your higher wisdom. May your goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life, and as I dwell in your sacred presence now and forever. Divine source of all abundance, today I come before you with deep gratitude for every blessing I have received. I humbly ask you to open the doors to new financial opportunities in my life. Guide me towards the paths that align with my purpose and bring financial growth, stability, and security. Help me to release any fear, limitation, or doubt that may be holding me back from receiving the abundance you have for me. May my finances flourish in ways that allow me to share, uplift, and contribute to those around me. Let my success be a source of inspiration and support for others, so we may all rise together in prosperity and peace. For the collective, I pray that every person experiencing financial hardships feels your love and support. Open doors for them, remove any blockages, and fill their lives with hope, faith, and opportunity. May we all receive the resources we need to thrive, knowing we are guided and protected by your grace. Thank you for your endless abundance and providing for us in every way. Amen. So, first of all, good morning, everyone. And while I'm doing this, I wanted to tell y'all that I had the best night's sleep last night. I started listening to some frequency music, right? The first one I didn't really like all that well. I turned it off before I even got into sleep because it was doing something that I didn't like. The next one that I listened to, I woke up literally at 2:22 exactly. And the strangest thing that happened was I almost fell off the bed because I went to sleep like this with my head at the headboard and my feet at the bottom of the bed. Somehow, in the middle of my sleep, I shifted sideways on the bed, and when I woke up at that time, I did something that almost made me feel like I was about to jump. And when I turned, my hand hit the side of the bed, which made me wake up at that time. And I realized I was the wrong way. So somehow, listening to that frequency music, I moved the opposite direction. Well, not the opposite direction. I moved towards the middle of the bed and was asleep that way. Strangest thing. So anyway, that happened, and here we are. So I want to also say happy birthday, Pisces. We're at the last day. Pisces, the last days, nobody saw this coming. So we saw the fact that it was the end of Pisces season. So happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, so happy birthday, Pisces. We at the last day, okay? The last days. The message is, Pisces, the last days, nobody saw this coming. So what's today's date anyway? Because I don't even know what today is for some reason, mind you. Okay, so it's Wednesday the 19th, all right? So I'm a 19. We back at 19 again. Why is my head cut off on YouTube? I think they in the wrong position. I mean, not on YouTube, on Twitch. All right, so we already have to make some changes. Let's figure this out because I don't like it. So we're going to alter y'all. Alter call first and foremost. So we're going to switch y'all around like y'all should be. It'll turn y'all this way. And I'm going to put y'all right here on this one. Hopefully this helps. Nah, we're going to turn this shit around like this because I don't know what the fuck. But all I know is that on that one, I can barely see my whole damn head. I don't like it. Alright, so we got y'all there. And we're gonna put these mother suckers, y'all, right here. Twitch, so hopefully y'all can see. Alright, is everybody where they need to be? Alright. So everyone is right where they need to be, alright? Hopefully, because what the fuck? Y'all a little bit crooked, but I don't like that either. Why y'all crooked? Don't be crooked, okay? Because we don't need no shit like that happening. Alright, so hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. Are y'all together? Period. Alright, y'all are together. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see who we got going on here. Jamie, hey, I'm up early because all my kitten can't go back to bed. So I'm here. Hey, Jamie. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Hey, beautiful Aaron. Love you. Thank you for being here. Strength. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Isaac. I love you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Mike Hill. Hey, love you. Thank you for being here. Ken. Hey, love you. Thank you for being here. They stole a car at my home this morning. What? What type of shit is that? Hey, Big Mama, my birthday was yesterday. Slept all through. Hey, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. All right, Pisces, the last days. Nobody saw this coming. Shit's getting real, all right? So, not that nothing has nothing to do with nothing, but, you know, we here. And apparently, there was something that took place in the universe yesterday. Apparently somebody decided that they wanted to end the segregation laws. Y'all, I like it because at the end of whatever this is, people gonna realize that their own demise is the one that they're creating. Okay, so whereas, what is the saying, God will make your enemy your footstool. And sometimes people don't realize, like, let things be the way they're going to be. We don't have to argue about that. Because the strangest thing is the people who are meant to be in your life, white, black, Puerto Rican, Spanish, spiritual, non-spiritual, will all be where they need to be when it's time to be where they need to be. So, we love this for them, okay? For whoever appreciates it, whoever wants to, you know, we love this for y'all. May you get exactly what you're asking for, okay? That's it, that's all. So, spiritual message for Pisces, the last days. Nobody saw this coming. Pisces, you're in the final sign of the zodiac. We are the last. We are the ones that, you know, encompasses and embodies all other signs, right? So God gave us intuition, God gave us understanding, God gave us know-how, God gave us abilities. Everyone in the zodiac, but he gave Pisces understanding. So we understand things, even when it's chaotic, we understand what's the word, order of things there. So Pisces, you are the final sign of the zodiac, the bridge between the seen and unseen, the physical and the spiritual. You feel the undercurrents of change before they manifest, and right now the energy surrounding you is one of revelation, endings, and divine intervention. For those of you that are leaders, for those of you that are being called, for those of you that have been chosen, this is your moment. And it's important for you to understand. That has been my number for the last 5 days. My birthday, 219, keeps coming up, keeps coming up, keeps coming up. It's 2, so the second. And then 19, but turns into 10. Beginnings and endings. All right? The circumstances behind this shift. The world is in a state of profound transformation, politically, socially, and spiritually. Many are clinging to the old structures that no longer serve them, while others are awakening to deeper truths about themselves and the world. Chaos precedes rebirth, and you, Pisces, have always understood this on an intuitive level. Understood this on an intuitive level, because I just told y'all, God gave y'all understanding. God gave you understanding. So no matter what is happening right now, we don't move and we don't live under fear. We don't live in fear. God gave us a spirit of fearlessness. And for those of you that keep calling yourself chosen and knowing that you are chosen, this is a time for you to be inspirational. This is a time for you to use that knowing and that understanding to help the people. Okay? So chaos precedes rebirth. And you, Pisces, have always understood this on an intuitive level. However, even you didn't anticipate the magnitude of what is unfolding now. Because who would have ever thought? We are forward progressing people, higher elevation. So hidden truths are surfacing. This is where certain things that maybe you wouldn't even be able to wrap your mind around are going to be exposed and are being exposed. And remember when I taught the lesson, because welcome to Earth School. Remember when I taught the lesson that the mind will protect the human, the mind will protect the body, right? And at this moment, there's some stuff that is going to be revealed, or some stuff that has been being revealed, and our mind will try to make logic of it. But there is no logical explanation other than the fact that everything that you have been being taught, everything that you know that you were already taught, was conditioning to keep us, here when we are elevating and ascending to higher depths, okay? Spiritually, a lot of y'all are having dreams that is related to now, but you can't explain it. I told y'all about the dream that I had with the big head kids standing on the other side of the earth, the other side of another planet, looking at Earth, and they said, they're doing it again. Then I also showed y'all later on after that where the universe sent me a video that showed somebody else with almost a similar story, but they explained it a little differently, but the messages are being sent to everyone. Those of you that understand and those of you that can receive it are receiving it. Because you will be the people that the people look forward to be able to, kind of give the unexplained, give the unexplainable message that makes sense to the people that are supposed to hear it. So hidden truths are surfacing, whether in personal relationships, global affairs, or within your subconscious. Things that were once veiled are coming to light. The illusions are dissolving, revealing what has been concealed for too long. Because we already knew that a lot of this stuff existed. We can just use the fact that racism still exists even right now as one of the key things, not the biggest thing. Because who cares that people want to be with their own people? But there is a group of us who want to be with our own people that it doesn't matter the color. We are spiritually linked and we're pulling for each other. Now, the world that we are creating, as opposed to the world that they are creating, is going to be significantly two different scenarios, because two things can exist at the same time. So in a world where there's peace, there's also chaos. I explained to y'all, and I probably didn't explain to y'all in a way that, because it was kind of funny. Yesterday, I told y'all in yesterday's message that the lights went out where I was. And instantly, for some reason, I didn't think of calling somebody that was inside of the same state as me. I instantly wanted to call somebody into a different state, which made no sense but it made all the sense. It made all the sense, but it made no sense. Because first you would check down the street to make sure that, okay, the lights are out here. Is this just this part of the city thing? I wanted to call to another state because the way that the lights went out made no sense. It was boom. Ah, woo, woo, woo. There was no transformers. You know how like when the lights go out and you can hear a crash or you can hear something explode. There was none of that. It was instantly lights out and people started screaming and yelling, and then the police. And for the darkness that existed at that time, it made me think, oh shit, let me call to Delaware and see if the lights are on. But then my rational mind kicked in, or my logical mind kicked in, and it said, call your son. So I called my other son, who's right in Georgia. Are your lights out? He said no. Now, why would I have thought first to call to another state? everything's important. So whether personal, and as we know right now at this moment in time, anything is possible. But again, because we are what we are spiritually, we have to think above the bullshit, okay? The here and now. It's the seen and the unseen existing at the same time. Because spiritually one thing is happening, but on the 3D and physically there's something else happening. Okay? So hidden truths are surfacing, whether personal relationships, global affairs, or within your own subconscious. Things that were once veiled are coming to light. The illusions are dissolving, revealing what has been concealed for too long. Y'all can see it. All right, a collective emotional wave. Thank you, Erin. I love you for that. So she put in the socials. All my social platforms are there. Um, I also do spiritual coaching, and I'm certified for spiritual coaching. So I took the classes and have the certificates, and so I am free today if anybody wants any social or any spiritual coaching. Um, so thank you for that, Erin. A collective emotional wave. As a water sign, you are absorbing the emotions of the collective, the pain, the fear, and the confusion. Because a lot of y'all say y'all are empathic. So that also means that y'all can feel what's in the air, what's in the universe. So this is where in the mornings when I've been saying to y'all or teaching to the classes, make sure that you check in with yourself. Make sure that you check in with yourself first. Before you wake up and get online, wake up and check on yourself. Before you wake up and then start being a busybody for everybody else, wake up and do the work that you need to do for yourself. Check in with yourself. Do your affirmations. Be in your own energy first, so then that way when the other energy on the outside of that starts to pour in and come in, y'all already know what's yours and what's not. Because right now it is who they can devour. The energy, the fear mongering, they want to insert themselves into your system or into your energy because they don't want you on the elevation. They don't want you with clear minds and clear thinking. They don't want you awakening the people because they thrive off of people being asleep. They thrive off people being, enslaved to fear. Those of you that are awake and enough to know that even if you don't know the purpose and the plan right now, you know that you're not going back into that old system. They don't want y'all to put anybody else or wake anybody else up, because the more people that are awake, the higher our elevation is and the higher the energy that we bring out into the universe is. So if y'all understand that made any sense. So as a water sign, you're absorbing the emotions of the collective. The pain, the fear, and the confusion of others may feel overwhelming, but you were born with the wisdom to navigate these tides. You were born with this. You were born under the Pisces sign, which means you understand. You understand energy. Even if everything that they have told us and the things that we have been feeling don't match. The energy that they once said, it does this. Energy, it travels on waves and frequencies and this, that, and the third. But we realize, even being in here, how interconnected our energy is. We eat the same things. We do the same things on the same day. We think the same things because we are tapping into each other's energy as a collective. So the energy is doing a different thing than even what they said, but now we're able to see it and be very aware of it because of how we have connected as a group. Okay? An unexpected spiritual calling. A lot of y'all are feeling a pull because you know that you're not just supposed to sit idly by and watch whatever is happening at this moment just happen. You don't know what you're supposed to do, but you know that you're not going to and you're not supposed to sit idly by and allow for our structure to be torn down in such a way that is a disgrace. It's a disgrace to your family. It's a disgrace to your ancestors. How far we have come and how far we are going, we are not defined by the ignorance of just a few. We have to rise above that because God gave us understanding and know-how. So a divine awakening is happening, and you may feel pulled towards a new spiritual path, one that requires faith beyond what you've ever known. You don't know that what they are about to try to do, or what we don't know. But what we do know is we're going to be fine. We're going to be more than fine. We're going to come out of this in such a way that even we would not believe, like, how did that happen? Because in situations like this is where spiritually we elevate and God manifests itself in a way that nobody could potentially understand. Because we use our own God power to tap into the higher energy. You were born and created in the image of. That means we can do amazing things, even far beyond what we have even ever known or have done for ourselves. You're being called to surrender, trust, and embrace a new reality that is unfolding beyond logic. Because we didn't do this. It's being done, and now we have to also insert ourselves into whatever, is being, I guess, the new reality, what is the new normal. It's almost like when many of us went through a spiritual awakening, or when I call it the glitch, or y'all can call it the hero's journey, or whatever it is that you feel as though you went through. And it was almost like you remember your old life and you kept fighting to try to figure out, how do I get back to normal? How do I get back to normal? And then what we all finally realized was, this is the new normal. We will never be the same, ever. Nothing will ever be the same. So we can take it back to 2020. 2020 vision, clarity, knowledge, understanding. Nothing will ever be the same. We had to learn to adapt to a new normal. And it seems like every minute, every month, every week, every hour, every 5 minutes, we're having to adjust to a new normal. Nothing will ever be the same. Does that make it bad? No. This is what we have to understand. Just because we are used to something and we are comfortable in a place or in a situation, because something is new, doesn't make it bad. What we do know is certain things that have taken place in the past history, we're never repeating that. We're not repeating that. You know, there's a thing, it's a spell. It says history will repeat itself, right? And most people will relate it to, the black people in slavery. But if history will repeat itself, remember everybody was slaves. Because the white people were slaves at one point in time too. So do we really want history to repeat itself? Because you might not know which history is about to repeat itself. Or do we want to create something that we've seen before, but we've never seen it in our timeline? So history repeating itself in a way where everybody worked together. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The point of it is we, as the collective, are going to elevate higher than whatever it is that they're trying to pull us down to. Because a lot of y'all, I know about the Anunnaki, and it talks about how they just elevated and ascended, probably beyond whatever bullshit was here, and they just, went beyond. Okay, so I'm going to just say it like that. But they elevated and ascended. We can do that. There's two realities that's happening right now, and I can tell y'all that based off of when I told y'all the lights went out. The power was going, right? And where I was, the reality was darkness. There was screaming. There was police. When I called to somebody else, they was just watching TV. Everything was what was their normal. When I left my car and when I got in my car and, my son came and we went down to where we live at, it was brightness. So simultaneously, all of these things happening. We're sitting here right now. We're in tune. Y'all are listening to me. I'm talking to y'all. I'm listening to y'all. Excuse me. But somewhere else in the world, there's darkness. Somewhere else in the world, there's chaos. Literal chaos happening. So all of these things are existing simultaneously all together. But we only feel what we're dealing with, or we only see what we're dealing with, but the energy we're feeling is from everywhere. I also explained to y'all how during my spiritual awakening, my energy just went out into the universe, and all of a sudden, people from different states got made aware of me, and I got made aware of them, and then all of a sudden, the energy just pulled everybody together. How did that happen? I don't know. We still trying to figure it out, but we know that it does happen. I saw it. I spoke to the people that were in tune with that energy. They saw it too. So even though we are maybe seeing it on a smaller scale, I'm sure there's other people who are out there just like us. And I told y'all, it's a frequency. A lot of y'all, even watching this channel right now, don't even know how you got here. All you did was scroll, and then all of a sudden, my voice caught y'all. It felt familiar. What I was saying resonated with you, or resonates with you. That's how a lot of us got here. And after you go into, understanding the story as to how I got even sat here on this channel and given the messages that I'm even giving right now, nothing but God could have done it. So for those of y'all who don't know my story, I would implore y'all, especially if any of this resonates with you right now, to kind of go through the channel and understand my story, because I'm not just one of those people who are, a tarot reader who came here to take your money. I don't want your money. I need you to understand what the mission is, and whatever you feel like doing after that is up to you. But understand that we are collectively coming together to help one another. Each one teach one. It takes a community. It takes a tribe to build what God is telling us to build, or what the universe is wanting us to build. Hi, Sherry. Thank you for being here. So an unexpected spiritual calling is what's pulling us all here. So nobody saw this coming, and why? The speed and intensity of the changes are catching people off guard, because every day it's changing. Like, I've been on this planet 49 years. I've never seen every day I wake up and something is different. Something on the timeline is different. You know it's not right. You know you just can't put your hand on it. But every day, something is different. This is not how the world changes. It took us a long time. When you were children, it took you a long time to be an adult, 18. You kept saying, ooh, I want to be an adult. I can't wait to do grown shit. But then you realize after you turn 18, it took a long time for me to be 25. Now things are changing. Tomorrow it's going to be Christmas. Or the day that they call Christmas. Or the day that they call the New Year. Or the day that they call whatever the fuck the day is, it's going to be lightning speed. Somebody's altering the timelines. We can feel it. But they tell us in our rational mind, time travel doesn't exist. Time doesn't exist. Sherry said the clock is on fire. Definitely. And so are we. Because all I heard was Alicia Keys. This girl is on fire. Yes. The universe is on fire. But it's calling to us. So the unexpected spiritual calling, a divine awakening is happening. And you may be pulled towards a new spiritual path, one that requires faith beyond what you've ever known before. This is new. It's uncomfortable. You're being called to surrender, to trust, and embrace a new reality that is unfolding beyond logic. You have to keep repeating it to yourself. Because if you don't understand what's really happening, it may drive you crazy. You may start to wonder, like, what the fuck? Like, this can't be real. It's real when it's happening. You are very much awake. You're very much seeing exactly what you're seeing. You're very much understanding what you're understanding. But don't be confused by the others. And by the others, I mean the people who will say, oh, you're tripping. That's not happening. They're not awake yet. And for those of you who want people to see things the way you see them, be very mindful and be very careful because, again, this is Earth School. So I teach you what's right in your face, the things that we can see, the things that we can't explain. But you have to be very careful about trying to wake people up that are not ready to be awakened yet, because you are going to be held accountable for whatever happens with them. And some people wake up and they can't take it. So, because it's a lot all at once. So this is the reason why everything is based off divine timing. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So you easing them into something or giving them some things that may, because if they start to ask you questions, this is how you know. Answer the question and answer it as honestly as you know how. And if you don't know, then don't just give a random ass, stupid ass answer. Say, I don't know, but go look it up for them. Say, I don't know, but hey, let's get involved in looking, because this is how now they're starting to, because something is making sense. Something is clicking. Please hit that like button. Thank you, Isaac. Please hit the like button when you come in. Thank y'all for being here. I really, truly appreciate it. So nobody saw this coming. The speed and intensity of change are catching people off guard. Those who have ignored their intuition or resisted change are being shaken to their core, because they see this stuff happening. They hear you talking. They hear the conversations that are going on everywhere and around them. They hear the conversations. They understand that something is different. They don't know what, they don't know how this is happening, but people understand this is not the same as it was. Years ago, the way things progressed and, transcended, or it's not happening that way again. Something is different. Something is off. It's not off. It is different. The new normal, okay? Every day you may have to wake up and adjust to the new normal. But it's going to be good. We will be fine. So we got unexpected endings. Unexpected endings may occur. Relationships, jobs, belief systems, or your old version of yourself that no longer fits because you're not the same. And again, for those of you who are the chosen one, the people who are being called to explain and help and guide, this is important for y'all to kind of help the transitions of the new people that are coming in. Because you know how you felt when you elevated, transcended, and everybody was calling you crazy because you didn't understand or you couldn't explain what happened. You even may not have understood at the time what was happening to you. All you knew was, I'm different. I'm not what I used to be. But now you are the same person that went to everybody and told those people something is different. They called you crazy. Now you are getting ready to be the guide and the teacher and the helper to those same people. And you're not going to do them the way that they did you, because you understand it. And the reason why you went through it the way you went through it was because of this moment right here, right now. I don't think the powers that be understand that they are the guiding force into how many people are waking up and how fast they're waking up. It's almost like the very thing that they were afraid of is they are the catalyst for it. Because as they are changing things so quickly, people can't wrap their rational mind around it. So now they're having to kind of see things for what they are. It doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. You can't rationalize something that is doing this on a daily basis. So now you just have to accept. And this is where the acceptance comes in even for us. Those of the ones that kind of went through the harshest of the awakenings, where the family, the friends, the loved ones, the people that abandoned you because you were not the same. Something's wrong with you. Now they're understanding nothing was ever wrong with you. You just tapped into the universe a whole lot faster and a whole lot quicker than many people actually did. A lot of y'all have been going through this for years upon years upon years. This is not new. This is not 6 months old. This is not a year old. This is not 2 years old. This is not 5 years old. A lot of y'all have been experiencing this for a long time. And now it finally makes sense to the others. And they see it for what it is. So even you, Pisces, who often senses what is ahead, may feel unprepared for the rapid shifts occurring in your life. Because who the fuck thought we was going to have to wake up and adjust every fucking day to this, that, or third? A stuff or lot. Who thought that? God gave us understanding. And we have to understand that in the changing tides, when things change, we just have to adjust. Nothing is wrong. We are where we're meant to be. Everything is happening the way that it needs to happen. We just have to adjust to it. Now, do we just have to deal with bullshit? No, we do not. But there's a thing where, like the art of war, let them go with their move. Let them keep doing what they're doing because they think that they're wearing us out. But meanwhile, we're just watching and observing because we're watching and observing. You know, you may not have thought that some of these people were as foolish as the fuck they are, as they are. Every day is something else. Every day they still think that they're in control. Every day they bite the hand that feeds them. Every day. Because as I explained to y'all before, the people who are, you know, call themselves in power that are now showing their hand, and this is like, you know, in the U.S. and this is outside of the U.S. because this thing is global, okay? Just so y'all know, there's people on this channel. We got Australia, we got New Zealand, we got Africa, we got India. How many other places do we have? Like, and I kept saying it was global because even when I got set here, they said think bigger. The situation is bigger than even what we thought. So we're dealing with stuff in the United States, but people outside of the U.S. are also dealing with things that are trickling over into their lives based off of what the powers that be. So just one instance, you know how they said, you know, the person that claims they're in control right now or thinks they're in control right now, we're going to get rid of, you know, a certain group and a certain class of people. And then all of a sudden, the people who, you know, covet wealth are now going broke. Why? Because they bit the hand that fed them. The hand that feeds them is the people who work. The people who make the shit run the way that it needs to run. So when you got rid of the people who are running the shit that make it happen, who's going to do it? We know their lazy ass ain't going to go out there and do it. So all of a sudden, they realize one hand washes the other. They thought that because they paid you that you were feeding them or that they were feeding you. They didn't realize that because you do the work that helps get them the money, you're feeding them. It's like a trick of the mind. You know, certain people think that they're in control. It's like when, and I did trucking, so I learned this a long time ago, right? In my trucking business, I ran a trucking company for 10 years. I understood the process of making sure that I'm not asking nobody to do anything that I wouldn't do for myself. I ended up getting a CDL. I ended up going out and doing the actual job. Because when I first opened my trucking company, I didn't have a CDL and I wasn't doing the actual job. So when the truck drivers would be calling and saying, we're late, I was, you know, being a bitch. And I'm saying, why the fuck are y'all late? You're just a driver. Just drive. Why is it late to be like, it made no sense to me. It started to make a whole lot of more sense when I went out and I did the actual job because, and the reason why I ended up getting my CDL was because a truck driver left one of my trucks in Florida and I had to pay a whole ass load of money to get it back. And I said, you know what? I'm never doing that again. I'm going to be the recovery team. So if somebody leaves a truck somewhere, I'll fucking go get it. I'll go get my CDLs. All right. So I went and got my CDLs. So I started to go out over the road. I hired a girl driver so I would be out on the road with her and she would take me, like, you know, she was teaching me how to drive in the process of me and her doing loads. The truck tore up In the middle of fucking winter, I was up north, and it gets fucking cold up north. I'm outside trying to put a pipe on the truck because, you know, I would do some of the things myself. It's simple. I'm very, for as girly as I am, and I put on some heels and a dress and fucking shut your ass down, I will also get out there and work on my truck because that shit costs $900 to put on a pipe that you just gotta pop a screw off and return the pipe and pop the screw back on. $900. I'm not fucking paying that. My hands work. I got a toolkit. I take it off and I put it on myself. But I'm in the middle of no fucking where. Pipe is broken, leaking radiator fluid. It's cold as fuck. You can't turn the truck on because there is no radiator fluid. And now I'm fucking wet and cold. Almost died of hypothermia. I shit you not. This girl, and mind you, me and this bitch used to argue. She was Jamaican. She told me, suck you mother. Bitch, suck you mother. Okay? I don't even know what she meant, but I knew it was a cuss word, and she added my mother. Pissed me off. Okay? Long story short, this girl saved my life. And although we argue like a motherfucker every day and stuff for law, she taught me. And then I started understanding more about the truck drivers and the men. Men didn't respect women at this time because I got in trucking in 2012. And so without truck drivers, you don't get loads picked up. So watch how you talk to people. I went through so many drivers because I didn't understand that this is these people's livelihoods. So their livelihood was tied to my livelihood because I put a shitload of money, a shitload of time into trucking. But if you don't have no truck driver, you don't get no load moved, which means now you're not getting paid and now your business turns to shit. So the truck driver is just as important as the business owner. But a lot of business owners don't ever go to get their CDL. They never do the job. And so when I was sitting in the office and I'm saying, why the fuck are you late? When I got on the road, guess what I realized? The broker is never doing their job. The shipper never doing their job. When you get to the fuel station, somebody's parked in a fuel aisle and it's going to take you an hour to get gas. It puts people behind. And then DOT started to implement, rules and regulations that basically would get them more money, but it took the truck driver off the road. So where it would now take 3 hours to get one load from here to there, it's taking 9 hours because you got all of these people involved in a situation. You got to stop to, weigh stations. It's a lot. But the only way I ever figured that out was because I went out and I did the job myself. And then I learned to grant them some grace. Now, we do just got a whole lot of stupid-ass truck drivers out there, too, so don't get it fucked up. Astaghfirullah. But don't bite the hand that feeds you. And although you may be the owner of something, know that without people that, make the stuff flow, you don't have nothing. So again, one hand washes the other. And yes, you pay them, but they do the work that helps get you the money. So it's like a cycle. You are wise, chosen one. God's supernatural blessings upon you. Thank you, Tina Taylor. Thank you for being here. Markia, hi, welcome. Good morning. Thank you for being here. My father always says truckers move the entire country. Without them, we would not survive. Period. But meanwhile, truckers get treated the worst. The industry is, they're always a blood-sucking vampire energy around there trying to take because they know how much money truck drivers make, but they also don't realize that truck drivers are being gouged in so many different ways. The diesel mechanics, overly priced. The shit is just, they're being taken advantage of in so many different ways. But mind you, nobody cares. Just bring me my shit. That's all people care about. Bring this from point A to point B. They don't care what happens in between there, but there's a lot that happens in between freight forwarding and getting this, to that place, to that place. And unless you have the patience and the diligence to even know, or the know-how, you shall not succeed in that industry because you have to know all ends. And I'm giving in that would be in any industry. If you don't know how the industry works and you don't take the time to get involved and to do it yourself, you're never going to be successful at it. You have to do the very thing that you're asking somebody else to do, and you have to do it well. So I can get in a truck and drive a truck and go pick up a load and go drop that load off from point A to point B very successfully, and also deal with some people who are playing with my time, because why are you playing with my time, ma'am, sir? You go, girl, out there doing that work. And period, you are 1,000% right. I'm a truck driver. Michael, I listen. When I gotta be a truck driver, I could be a truck driver. When I gotta be a business owner, I'm gonna be a business owner. But I can do all things in between. When I gotta be a broker and call and get loads and organize the loads, I can do it all. Every job that is pertaining to trucking, I've done it and I can do it. Because don't bite the hand that feeds you. Everybody's important to the simulation. Even the smallest, down to the smallest of person, the fucking forklift driver is important. People treat people in ways where they think they're minute because, you know, they're this, that, and the third. But let me tell you how many times I can pull up on a job, and because the forklift driver, I was nice to the forklift driver, I get my shit loaded before anybody else. And I'm out of there. Everybody's important, because y'all don't realize, even though you treat a person who has a little job as a peon, those forklift drivers are who get your ass in and out in a timely fashion. And if they decide that you done got on their nerves, bitch, you gonna be waiting. They'll be on lunch break. They'll be behind the shed. They'll be doing everything else but loading your shit. So everybody is important to the system. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Because depending upon how long the forklift driver takes, your next load could be null and void because you played with somebody that you thought had a little job. Meanwhile, they got to take your shit off. And like when you get to the next place and the forklift driver got to take your shit off and now set it to the side. They can play with your time, but a person would think that they're little. But they play a big part of the system. The system has to work like clockwork. Everybody's important to the simulation. And this is where they're trying to remove the people, the thinking people, and put in mechanics, AI, and things of that nature. We have to be mindful. Like, the human race cannot become obsolete. Regardless of what, you know, people think. Like, that's... The world, it was built on human, universe, divine interaction. And if they can cut the people away from divine interaction, they can make you into a zombie or, you know, a clone or something. So the speed and intensity of the changes that are catching people off guard, those who have ignored their intuition or resisted changes are being shaken to their core. Even you, Pisces, who often senses what is ahead, may feel unprepared for the rapid shifts occurring in your life. Unexpected endings may be occurring, relationships, jobs, belief systems, or old versions of yourself that no longer fit. Dreams and synchronicities may be guiding you in a direction you have never considered before. You might be finding yourself letting go of attachments, realizing that the only real stability comes from within. So your spiritual guidance. Now, the night before last, I was having a dream about something that don't even pertain to me. But it was talking about how interracial dating, interracial marriages, interracial children. Not those that are, you know, conscious and aware and very proud of both of their sides. I'm proud of the white side. I'm proud of the black side. I'm proud of my whole entire lineage, right? But what it was showing me was how those of you that are not proud of who you are and where you come from, those specifically tied and linked to, you know, black shame and things of this nature. Meanwhile, it was showing me how a person who is of color despise their history. Oh, and I was supposed to deliver a message, and I forgot. So the message was, if your mom is not black, don't you open your damn mouth to speak on a black woman. in a negative light or any other form or fashion. Now, it's one way to basically be giving you, your kudos and your this, that, and the third, but it's a lot of people speaking on black women that don't know nothing about a black woman. If your mother is not black, shut your mouth, okay? Because you don't know the plight of a black woman, ever. We are the only people who can bring life in many forms and fashion. White, black, all of y'all. And also do it herself. So for those of y'all that love us, I love y'all and we love y'all. But again, the message was, if your mama not black, don't open your mouth to speak on a black woman negatively, because literally it gave me, like, you know how a kid says something and you get smacked in the mouth? You should be slapped in the mouth. Because why are you talking about something that you don't know nothing about? And that's just period. Not in a bad way, not disrespectfully, but disrespectfully. You should be slapped in your mouth, because, it's a lot of people that will say this, that, or the third. Oh, black women, da, 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 da. Shut your mouth. Because did you see your mom struggle? Do you see what they do behind the scenes? Do you see what they do? So anyway, that was the message. And again, this was in my sleep. So take it how it resonates. Subconsciously, the messages are being downloaded, and apparently people talking out of pocket. But the thing is, and where they were actually going with this was, the people who are of color that despise their color, but then they date out of their race, right? The people that they date out of their race love them for their color. How are the people that you date outside of your race more proud of you than you are of yourself? You will talk badly and negatively about your own culture, but meanwhile, this person loves you because you are what you are. You will have kids because what you are or what you are. These people will be proud of their kids because they be beautiful kids. Meanwhile, you're disgracing your own color. Mind you, your kids, which are now that color, don't think that you're proud of them. People do not realize the impact that they have even on their own children, because I despise my mother was such and such and this, that, and the third. Babies having babies. That was a real thing. And if a person was taught to not, I'm going to take your rights away. I'm going to take your rights away. And mind you, women have their eggs at birth. So this is one thing that a person don't understand. The trauma is already baby based. The trauma's baby based. I was in my mother as an egg. Water. Y'all understand how water works. I can speak to this water and I can bring it life. I can speak to this water and I can bring it death. What is your body? Water. So as this trauma is being related into this trauma, there's eggs that are there that the trauma is already in. It's generation after generation after generation. So if the trauma and the water was already being spoken to negatively, and now here y'all come all unprovoked, black women are this, black women are, but meanwhile, black women are also the saving grace, because I've heard many people of different cultures say that if anything's going wrong, let's go get a black woman. They will help. Now, I understand that two things can be true. You can be this and you can also be that. But how come the saving grace is always a black woman? Every time, oh, you want me to wet nurse your children? You won't even deal with your own children, but you let the children suckle that good gene and that good DNA and that good milk and that good. So we gonna have to start making some things, make sense in our own mind and understanding. And how we got here is the same way we're going with everything else. Because this ain't even the topic of the conversation, but it's the topic of the conversation. Unexpected endings may occur. Relationships, jobs, belief systems, or old versions of yourself that no longer fit. Dreams and synchronicities may be guiding you in a direction that you've never ever considered before. Because why the fuck was I even having that dream? because we are the world, we are the future, we are the ones. It is a cultural simulation, but now it's a cultural divide because people are not liking their own culture, that they will be with somebody else. Mind you, that person loves you because of your culture and your history, because who don't love a black king? Well, some of these men are black peasants, but you know what I'm saying, take it how it resonates for you. Who don't love a black queen? Some of these people are black bitches, but you know, or hoes or tricks or whatever people calling them. But the person that's loving on you, that's from a different culture, don't see you as none of that. They see you as beauty. They see you as divine. They see you as the god or the goddess that is now a part of my life, but yet you don't understand that they see you, your skin, your color, as beautiful. This is the reason why they want to multiply with you. This is the reason why they want to conceive with you, because I want one of them beautiful kids. I want to addition. I want to add something to the universe. Because, you know, they'll say, oh, if it's mixed, it's beautiful. Not all mixed is beautiful. I hate to tell y'all. And whether or not y'all want to know it or not, some of y'all kids, you know, not beautiful, but beautiful in their own right. But for most people who are saying, oh, it's going to be this, no, some of y'all just shouldn't be having kids, period. But, you know, who am I? But if we want to be honest about the situation and we telling the truth, then we have to be honest and we have to tell the truth that as there's good people, there's also bad people. As there's beautiful people, some people be beautiful on the outside and be trash, and that makes you not beautiful. Your spirit is trash. So I don't give a fuck what you look like on the outside. You look like trash. You smell like trash. Your spirit is trash. You can't make trash beautiful, no way, shape, or form. So if you have a bad spirit or a nasty spirit, you are what you eat. You are your inner. You are your spirit. And so some of you will come along and it could be somebody that nobody thinks is beautiful. They deem as the worst person ever. Like, you just look horrible. Meanwhile, this person's aura glows above and beyond anything you've ever seen before. They know how to bring people together. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's a real thing, okay? So take it how it resonates for you. You might find yourself letting go of attachments, realizing that the only real stability comes from within. You just have a feeling and a knowing that this is right. This situation, this person, this place, this thing, God gave you understanding. You don't know why, you know, you've never been here before. It feels uncomfortable. Y'all have never been to this channel before in your life, but it feels like home because you were meant to be here. We're tied together. And as things are being revealed, more people will come. But mind you, the beautiful part of it is it's going to go beyond the internet, because a lot of us will become family and friends off of the internet, because what we're building is so much bigger than just the internet. Community, the collective, the oneness, the wholeness, getting connected to divine, and creating something that is beautiful, that expands beyond what even probably we know. Every nation of man has shame and servitude in their history, as evil has been lurking since the garden fell in to the apple. And period. Thank you, Sherry. I love that. This wisdom is healing a world. Please do this daily and often. I come here every day at 8 o'clock, Sherry. You're welcome to show up in the chat. And you know, everybody is in the chat is definitely family. They come in the chat, they talk, they, you know, everybody's normally here. So you're welcome to show up every day, okay? Because we be here. So listen to your inner voice. Your intuition is stronger than ever. Trust the messages you receive. You're not crazy. Your intuition, those gut feelings, are real. The universe is guiding you. You're being led somewhere. Embrace the unknown. Let go of the rigid expectations. The universe is working in your favor, even if it doesn't seem like it. There will be things that happen. And mind you, I come to this channel every day, like I just said, and I tell y'all the things that happen. And just because, a series of unfortunate events happen, it's chaos. What is it called? Organized chaos. Like, you don't see where the universe is taking you, and it has to look chaotic, but there is a direction. You're going somewhere. And something may happen, and you may feel like it's bad for that instant. But did you learn the lesson? Because remember, I told you with an L. A L, a loss or a lesson. The lesson is the blessing. The blessing is the lesson. So sometimes you think a loss is not always a loss. You may have to take a couple steps back to go move a couple steps forward. But what is the reason? Why did you have to take the couple steps back? Because maybe there was something that you missed. Maybe there was something that you didn't see. Maybe there was something that you left back behind that needs to go with you into the next steps. You may have forgotten something back here. And just because something happened that you deem to be negative or, bad at that moment, a setback for a setup. It's all on how you look at certain things. Because now there's something else taking place. I told you about my car, and I also told you about the people not having the insurance. But yesterday, the attorney called me, and my attorney that I've had since I got here, when I first got here in Georgia, I got in an accident. This is the same attorney that I kept this whole entire time. And so although he's not representing me in the last thing that just happened, he's been guiding me to let me know certain things. So he called me, and I told him what happened. None of the people had insurance at all, period. He says, yeah, that's fucked up. But then he goes into, well, good. This puts you now in this position. So this is what I need you to do. So a blessing could now potentially still come out of something that looks very much chaotic, because one person hit another person that hit this person that hit me. I got him in the middle or in the midst of something, and then my insurance, basically completely washes their hands of it. But the news says it may not be, I may actually fare better going this route than I would have any other way. Who would have thought? And it would help me faster. You see what I'm saying? So certain things we just have to be mindful that I just found this channel. And this channel just found you. Thank you, Sherry, for being here. We appreciate you. So at this moment, everything that's happening, everything that we have gone through, and I know y'all hear this saying, and some of y'all that are going through things probably like, I don't want to hear this shit. We never do, because even when I was going through a divorce, and y'all, my whole life is on the internet right now. My last 4 years is on the internet, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. I cried right here on this channel. But mind you, I wouldn't change a thing, because I'm so much better now than I was then. And every day I'm changing, and every day I'm growing, every day I'm evolving. Every day I get to come and I have interactions with new people. Sherry, I don't know where Sherry's from, but every day I have new interactions with people, and I'm very blessed and thankful, good morning, son, to have y'all. And y'all know my story wasn't perfect, but it was perfect. It was lined up the way God, and every step of the way, if you actually pay attention to it, and everybody that's here will show you and tell you, every step of the way, God revealed certain things to me even before it happened, and then it happened. God showed me why certain things, and I was crying about something that I didn't understand why it was happening to me at the time, because why do I not need to be in trucking? But then God revealed, because somebody's about to try to steal from you. And if you're doing this, guess what you're going to have to do? Pay somebody that you're not with, and do this and do that, and it's going to be a bunch of bullshit that you're not going to want to deal with. So sit your ass down. I made a lot of money there. But yeah, somebody else was going to make a lot of money off your back if you were still in that industry or still in that. But nothing, there is not a problem, or there is not a situation that I can't just pick up, throw some money at, and I'm back in the game, if that is what God wishes for me to do. So sometimes we have to understand that the loss or the letdown or the people, moving away, or, us having to let go of something, It's for our own good at that moment in time. And we might not know why, but I promise you, you'll find out. Because God never ever does anything. The universe never does anything. Divine never ever does anything without revealing it to you later as to why it happened. I promise you. That one thing I will stand on, I will bank on. And whether or not you see it or whether or not you let it just go over your head is up to you. It's up to you. So remember your purpose. You are here to bring compassion, healing, and understanding. Even in uncertainty, your presence is a light towards others. People will look at us and see, because Pisces is like the example. We are the example. We can encompass so many energies. And sometimes something gets done to us in order for us to kind of have that lesson, but also see it for what it is and not allow it to happen again. But also it could happen to us for us to teach it. Because that glitch that I went through, that spiritual awakening that I went through, it was, listen, y'all, and I tell people it was traumatic. Mind you, I went through it on camera. I would have never chosen to do that because I'm a very private person, but I looked crazy. Everything that was happening was totally against what I would have wished for myself at the time. But the only reason why y'all, I can help so many more people now because I can see it. The minute it happens to somebody else, the way they talk, the way they act, I can see it because I went through it. And so I understand, no, that person is not crazy. They just going through a very traumatic spiritual awakening. Why it has to be like that? Because you're going to have to teach it later. You're going to have to see it in somebody else. You're going to have to understand it, and you're going to have to give somebody compassion. You're going to have to give somebody's grace. You may have to stand in the gap for that person because at that moment in time, they don't understand it. All they know is I'm going through this. It's fucked up, and I don't know what to do. And people lose their lives, y'all, in the middle of this situation. When you're going through that, and everybody is against you and you don't know how to explain and you don't know what's happening to you and you just feel like you're on the edge, you get given information that is not of your own and they tell you to start doing things that you shouldn't be doing. And unless somebody can see it and somebody can understand it and somebody can walk you through it, you may do the wrong thing. You don't realize God just gave you the greatest blessing of all times. And it wasn't until I made it through it that I realized the universe just turned me up. There's some things that I can do now that I couldn't do then. And mind you, I can do great things even at that time. But now spiritually, I'm more in tune. I'm more adapt to the things that are around me. I understand a whole lot more. And even when I don't understand, just give me 5 seconds. I'm going, sooner or later, it's going to click and I'm going to pay attention. Now I'm paying attention to the signs. I'm paying attention to the synchronicities. I'm paying attention to how the wind is moving right now. Because even the wind is whispering to us right now. Stuff will start chiming around and you're like, oh, the frequencies that I hear now, some of them are in color. I never could have did that before. So that glitch needed to be there. Certain things have to happen to us in order to activate your DNA. Like I can tell when certain things get spoken about because it'll all of a sudden activate every like nerve in my body. Oh yeah, I can definitely trust that because it done lit my body up. So it's almost like now you are more in tune with your body. You're in tune with the universe. And it's up to you to kind of cultivate that. Nobody else can do that for you. So Pisces, the last days of an era are unfolding. But this is not an ending. It's the beginning of something far greater than you've ever imagined. Stay open, stay aware, and know that you're exactly where you need to be. The universe has a plan for you, and soon the pieces will fall into place in a way that will leave you in awe. Mind you, you heard how I explained it already because I just told you how I went through it. And a lot of times I tell y'all stories that pertain to me because this is one of the things that I know, even like, when we tapping into tarot and things of that nature, I can pull energy, right? And I try to stay away from pulling other people's energy, and I just give you mine because um, everybody don't want you pulling their energy, and also you shouldn't be in everybody's energy. So I know, like, and I'm only explaining that because there's new people here, so I know that maybe they don't understand. They may have just happened to cross my channel and they like, oh, I thought you did this. I do it all. I'm not a tarot reader. I read the universe. I know how to read the tarot. The tarot is a journey. The tarot is about lessons. So as you go through the tarot, you start off the fool. You will end up as a fool also because of the fact that there's a new elevation, new levels, new devils. So once you go through the whole entire tarot journey, you level up and you start off all over again. So it's like the beginning of a new journey, opening up a new book. But then sooner or later, you start to realize you are the one cultivating and creating the magician. You write the story. You tell how your story is going to go. And the beautiful thing about the journey is that sometimes you meet people that come along, kings and queens, pages, new things, new people, and they all have their own story. So it's like multiple stories happening at the same time, but now they are a part of your story and a part of your journey. And depending upon how you insert them, it either becomes a karmic lesson, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. And just so y'all are very much aware, karma and karmics, these are things, lessons that you need to learn. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. There's good karma, there's bad karma. You decide. So it's like what I told you and what I was telling everybody. Oh, girl, I was listening to the higher self sleep meditation last night and had to write some things down when I woke up. I had a different name. Kudos to you, Aaron. Elevation. You just made my body tingle because I know that experience.
Hey, Mr. Jimmy,
I know that experience. And I'm glad that you had that.
all right.
So as we go, right, and as you learn, y'all, I'm happy for you for that, Aaron. I love when stuff like that happens because, again, experiences that I've had before. And have a good day. Be very careful, okay?
All right. See you later.
When I looked it up, I realized it's a real thing. Aaron, definitely. And I love that for you because, again, well, this is where, the logical mind wants to explain it, but several things happen in past life, realization or recognizing. But also when I did the Akashic Records, journey, the name is important. So just so you know, hold on to it because you're going to have many more. It's like when I told you they gave me Alexander, but Alexandria, and then it was going to, so there's going to be many more to come because you've had many lives on this plane. But you did, because honestly, Aaron, if you had listened, and you've been here for a long time, so I know you heard the story. So it might not have made sense, but I'm sure some of those videos will come up to you now, and then you'll rehear it, and then you'll understand what I meant and what I said. So if old videos happen to start popping up to you, you should watch them because it's probably going to be something pertaining to that. Because we had this discussion already. You will have many more names. But I'm proud of you for that because that means that you're open and you're ascending and you're elevating in so many different ways that now it's like it just clicks. I haven't much luck. Well, that might have been the key. That may have been the key that you was waiting for. So now try it again. Because you have something brand new. You have a name to insert into the system. Because when I did my Akashic Records, right, and I told y'all how it played into, when I went through the door, the first initial door, um, it was ancestors and people in there that was clapping for me, and I'm like, and instinctively I told y'all, like, I bowed to these people, but they were more happy to see me than I was to even see them. And so it was a pretty amazing journey even going through there, but that was just the first door that you went through. Why can't I remember my dreams? Maybe it's not meant for you to. Maybe some of them are blocked or locked because of the fact that it could be holding back, trauma or something of that nature. Or maybe it's just that most of the time, right, even when I couldn't remember mine, it was almost like a protection mode, because I wasn't having nightmares. Even now, I would listen to stuff, like I would try to trigger a dream, right? So I would listen to scary stuff like lighthouse horrors on YouTube. I would play that, and sometimes I still play that, right? Because they got good stories. I used to listen to them when I was driving in the truck, so that's one of the things that I like. And then I realized I was dreaming. I just would not remember it when I woke up. So I was having the dream, but it would almost be like it disappeared when I got up. So when I started trying to remember, like trying to force myself to remember, have you tried the frequency sounds, Mike, that I sent to y'all? That I showed y'all the other day? Oh, let me show y'all the one that I ended up cuz this shit moved me to the other side of the bed. Or in a different way. This one was, oh, I was on a different channel. I was on this channel. All right, so it is Chosen 17. This is the last one right here. This one right here, this green one. That's the one I listened to last night, and when I woke up, I was in a different location. Okay, so I don't know what type of traveling I was doing in my sleep. If I didn't write it down, I wouldn't have remembered. Yes. So this is where you need a dream journal, okay? So dream journals are important. And mind y'all, for anybody that's new here, I do have journals online and right on Amazon. So dream journals there, a number of journals there. It's many, many things to help you remember. Okay, so what should Pisces be doing during these times? Okay, because it's the last days and nobody saw this coming. We can say, we can talk about the situation, but what should we really be doing? So as the world undergoes massive shifts, because Aaron is telling him, to journal, write it down. But sometimes even with that, I would wake up and I still couldn't remember. Are you changing them? Because some of them are not good for you to listen to. Like your body may not respond properly to one that you play all the time. So change them also. Because I noticed the one I listened to before I was getting ready to go to sleep, I didn't like it. I changed it. And that's how I got to the green one. So there was another one before that one. What should Pisces be doing? As the world undergoes massive shifts, Pisces, you are being called to step into your higher self and embrace your spiritual purpose. Your energy is deeply connected to the unseen forces that at play, but I said that play because, last night I was outside and spiritually, I'm starting to feel entities that are not seen, but I can feel them around and outside. I didn't like that feeling because it's kind of creeping me out a little bit, but why am I now feeling that? So your energy is deeply connected to the unseen forces at play, and you have a unique role to fulfill. Here's what's most important for you to focus on right now. 1, protect your energy. Protect your energy. Aaron said I had luck with the higher self one. I think he should adjust his too, because something is going to, allow you to be able to remember what's happening in your dreams. So shift them around. That's very important. If it doesn't resonate with me, I change it to another. Well, that's another thing, right? Because it might not resonate with you from the beginning, or it may resonate with you from the beginning, right? But then as you fall asleep, it may be corrupting something as well. like corrupting the file, because I have woken up, went to sleep to something that sounded good from the beginning, but I woke up and I'm like, that ain't right. So then I changed it to something else. So play with it, because maybe it might need to be a story. So even that, find stories that may do something. Because I told you I listened to Lighthouse Horror, and they got a lot of good stories on it. But I started to notice that my dreams started to come back, and it had nothing to do with what was being played. So it's a lot of things. And Aaron's right: energy cleansing, cord cutting, healing. So protect your energy. You are naturally empathic, and something about cord cutting too, y'all. Because whereas you can kind of cleanse away certain, once energy has intertwined with you, people will say cord cutting and energetic ties, but energy is strong depending upon whose energy it is. And some energy just can't be cut. And you have to figure it out for yourself, and you have to believe what you want to believe. But I know for a fact that some energy can't be cut. Some energy, because, all right, in the way that it was explained to me, in the way that I was given it, because it was some energy that I wanted to fucking cut. And it's because you don't know how that energy literally plays a part in your future self as well. So you may be trying to cut some energy presently that you don't feel serves you in any form or fashion, but you don't know the higher plan behind that energy. So that's why I wasn't able to get rid of certain energetic ties, because you don't know everything. It's like that Pisces moon card. So you may want to get rid of or kick something to the curb, because as of now it's annoying you, but the universe has a bigger tie and a bigger connection based off of that energy, if that makes any sense. So take it how it resonates for you, and if you can feel like you want to cut some energy, go right on ahead and know that it, whatever works for you. But literally, that's one of the things that I was given. So you may not have that issue. You may not have that problem. I, for some reason, do. Because the energy hasn't done, or the universe hasn't done a thing yet with this particular energy. Because I'll be wondering, like, why the fuck do this person keep getting a pass? Or why does this energy, this energetic pull keep getting a pass? And it's because of something that I haven't dealt with yet. That's down the road. So, to each his own. You are naturally empathic and absorb the emotions of others in chaotic times. This can be overwhelming. Practice spiritual protection. And mind you, just so y'all know, even with that particular energy, is not as bad and as it used to be. But the stronger I became, the less impactful the energy was on my life. The energy was, at one point in time, as I was transitioning and growing, because I had just came into the awareness of this energy, so the energy felt a lot stronger, and the pull to this energy was a lot stronger. As I developed and as I strengthen and as I grow, I can control the pull that energy has. Although I just can't get rid of the motherfucker, okay? So, but I can make it less, noticeable. I can kind of ignore it a little bit now. I can look at it whenever I feel like now, but before it was like I had to. It's like anything that you are, it was like an addiction from the beginning to an energy. And then I had to start realizing it was because I didn't know where the energy came from. Like, how did that come? But also I didn't realize how I pulled in all these other energies. And that could have been why certain people had maybe a connection to me too, because they didn't realize how the energy even kind of got like that. But the stronger I became, the less of a pull the energy has on me. So if that makes any sense also. Because some energy is just fucking annoying. Practice spiritual protection through meditation, grounding techniques, Energy clearing rituals like smudging with sage or Palo Santo, working with crystals, uh, black tourmaline, amethyst with Aaron set, energy cleaning, core cutting. All of these things are, do what you are being called to do. Because one thing that I know for certain, when I'm supposed to do something, I get told, do this. And mind you, then I look it up and I'm like, well, damn. Or then I get shown. The universe starts to show me particular things. It'll come across my phone. It'll come across one of my social media things. So that is the universe's way of showing you, this is what I'm trying to tell you. So you just have to pay attention to what the universe is giving you. Set healthy boundaries with people who drain your energy, because energetic vampires are a thing. But some people are so good at manipulating energy, they don't even have to touch you, never have to have met you, but then all of a sudden you're feeling a pull to a person, right? And it's not in a good way. It's in a like a way that kind of makes you feel like not good. Okay, so when you feel that and you're like, why am I drawn to this person, and it seems unhealthy for you, them people, because some people will, they be energy harvesting and paying attention to what you consume, meaning listening to social media, things of that nature. You have to be very careful, especially when you are open to the universe and to the world. That's the reason why my algorithm started to be the way that it was. And I would say, people would send me stuff, I'm not listening to that, because I don't know if that's my frequency. And so when it was my frequency, it would just come across. It was almost like the universe was making sure that I stayed until I was able to expand beyond that, because I was being taught certain things. I developed the smell that there's nobody around, it's just me, and all of a sudden I smell perfume or cologne, or I'll smell something that smelled familiar, like a plant or a farm, or just random ass smells that come out of nowhere. And then I'm realizing these smells are connected to people. I would smell cigarettes. So when I smelled cigarettes, that let me know that somebody was doing some type of magic in my direction. I would smell cigars, which either meant there was somebody smoking cigars, or there's somebody there's somebody that is that was nasty. Somebody that is doing voodoo or something like that in my area, in my direction. So the smells started to happen, and it was weird. It's almost like when certain people come in here, but that would make sense. So recently, what I'm realizing, I told y'all, every time I sit in the seat, like, I could be perfectly fine. My nose will not run or anything at all, period, right? But then I noticed the past couple weeks, every time I sit here, all of a sudden, it's like either I'm having an allergic reaction, or my nose starts to get snotty. And I just realized in the process of me saying that, I could tell when certain people came into my channel because I would smell them. But if my nose is runny or congested as I'm sitting here, I won't smell somebody. So somebody is doing something that is trying to leave them undetected. So that's the reason why that's now starting to happen. Some people be being a little sneaky, y'all. So, and you could believe it or not, but it makes sense. But even yesterday, I smelled somebody, because I said somebody smells good, even beyond this, because this candle smells really good. It's like coconut and something else. But I smelled cologne. So whatever they're trying to do, it's not making my nose all the way stuffy, because I can still smell this, but I also still smell them. Okay, I got you. So set healthy boundaries with people who drain your energy. Trust your intuition and inner guidance. Your psychic abilities are heightened now. Pay attention to your dreams, synchronicity, and gut feelings. Like, the chat really be already on the shit, because all of this is already written there. Mind you, the chat be having conversations about stuff because they get it. They already know. It's like one day, somebody came in here. Me and Aaron have been in sync to the tune of, I don't even gotta say nothing. she automatically start picking up, and then people start getting ejected in ways that basically, so and certain people will say things in the chat, mind you, it's right here. They're already in tune, they already know. It's like y'all already see where we're going. Y'all understand what's already happening. The universe is giving us the messages. So it's like you picking up what the universe is putting down. Yes, we are definitely in tune and picking it up. So avoid distractions and outside noise that cloud your judgment. Trust what your soul is telling you, because what you're picking up is real, okay? Even if it don't make sense to you, even if you don't understand why, you're picking up what they putting down. It says keep a dream journal or meditate daily to strengthen your connection to divine. Aaron already wrote that. Aaron already said that in the chat. But mind you, it was already written here too. Embrace change and let go of fear. The world is shifting rapidly, and clinging to the old ways will bring suffering because we like things to be the way they used to be. But this is something brand new. This is something different. And we have to know and understand that we're going to be more than okay, regardless of what happens. Things are what they're supposed to be. Hi, V. Welcome. She said Pisces from the Philippines. Hey, V. Thank you for being here. Let go of outdated beliefs, toxic relationships, and anything that no longer resonates with your soul. So literally, I was scrolling yesterday. I was sitting somewhere, and then this person shows up on TikTok out of nowhere, and they're saying that women will break up the family. And what happens if somebody that cheated on you 19 years ago and they did it? And the man basically was, sticking to, well, I may have changed. Listen, if you could lie to me for 19 years and it don't make you feel no type of way, and now you want to try to gaslight me into believing that I'm the problem, I'm not fucking with you. And if you can lie for 19 years when you could have told me whatever it was 19 years ago, you lied out of fear. But also what you did was take my choices away, because I could have left your ass 19 years ago, but no, you waited till we got a house, car, kids, and all this other shit when you think that now I'm trapped in with your ass to now try to tell me that you did some shit 19 years ago. First of all, I can't trust you. You're lying ass, whatever, such and such. Yeah. And don't try to tell me that now I'm wrong for wanting to leave you and I'm the problem. And so I kindly typed into the chat, because this is the conversation that they was having. I don't know how I got here, but I pray TikTok never brings me back. And you, sir, is a damn fool. Because I'm so tired of people not being accountable. You stole from whoever that was. You stole time. And now you got time to want to tell the truth. 19 years later, you stole time from me, sir. Because I could have just left you then if I didn't know that you were an honest individual or whatever. And mind you, do you think that you telling me that you cheated 19 years ago and that was the only time and I'm going to believe you? No, I'm never trusting you ever again. And this is what people do. And then they try to make you feel like it's your fault. You want to break up the family. The kids don't have a dad or a mom in the house. No, you're the reason why they don't have a mom or dad in the house, because they could have not existed at all if you had told the truth back then. I could have went along my merry own way, or I could have decided to stay with you, and now that would be my choice if I had a choice. But you didn't give me one. So now it's 19 years later. And yes, a person can make their choice to stay, go, whatever. But don't try to gaslight me into thinking that whatever choice I make, I'm the problem. No way, Jose. Flag on the play. That's a selfish individual. And then they try to make it seem like you're the selfish one. Like, I ain't got time for them type of games. Why would you even think that? But either way, That's what was happening. And I kind of ignored them, like canceled their whole entire, like, because I don't know how I got here, but I'm not in alignment with this type of bullshit, because I'm not for that. And the way he was talking was pissing me off. You are a fucking lowlife. And the fact that you are even having this discussion and you got all these women in here listening to this bullshit and don't nobody, like one of them was bucking the system. But I'm not a part of that system. So I don't know why, like, I accidentally fell into that, but I was thoroughly disgusted, and I'm always going to, be an advocate for women. Be very, very mindful. A lot of these men are not men. They are children, little boys. They grew up without a daddy. They grew up being told lies. They grew up allowed to think that lies are the way. And now they want to convince you. And they want you to stay in situations that they would never stay in, because a lot of them same exact men, if they ever found out that you cheated on them, would leave your ass in a blink of an eye. But because now they decided to, I decided to change my ways, and you should be lucky and thankful that I'm choosing you. Choose somebody else. Choose your mammy. Choose yourself. Choose something other than fucking trying to take my rights, okay? Because I don't like that. If you was really a soldier and really a man, you would have let the chips fall where they may, and you would have just told the damn truth. Period, point blank. You don't wait 19 years after now you think you got me where you got me and I can't leave, because, bitch, I'm going to show you something different. And I don't appreciate it. But either way, I had to go. So embrace change and let go of fear. The world is shifting rapidly and clinging. And God forgive me on the conversation and the cuss words, because it's stuff for a lot. But literally this shit, yo, I'm trying to learn not to cuss, okay? But I can't believe certain people, how they they lack accountability. It's weird. So embrace change and let go of fear. The world is shifting rapidly, and clinging to old ways will only bring suffering. Let go of outdated beliefs, toxic relationships, and anything that no longer resonates with your soul. Surrender to the unknown with faith, knowing that the universe is guiding you towards something greater. Aaron said can, will, and did, and period. Step into your spiritual purpose. You are a healer, a guide, a light worker. Your gifts are needed more than ever. I just told y'all that from the beginning before I even started this. You are needed now more than ever. A lot of people are living in a state of hopelessness. A lot of people are living in a state of fear. A lot of people are just wondering, like, what's going to happen. You are what's needed, because you were chosen for this moment, this time. So you're the healer, you're a God, you're a light worker. Your gifts are needed more than ever. If you feel called, explore new spiritual paths, share your wisdom, or help others awaken to their own truth. And I told y'all, be very careful in the process, because you will be called to awaken some people, but be very mindful how you do this, because it's like you can't just shock a person into something. You will be held accountable if something bad happens to that person. But if they start asking you questions, answer them, and answer them as honest as you possibly can. Engage in acts of compassion and service, whether through emotional support, art, or spiritual work. Prioritize inner peace and self-care. With so much external chaos, create a peaceful sanctuary within yourself. Spend time in nature, listen to soothing music, or engage in creative activities like painting, writing, or dancing. We've been talking about that. Ensure you are getting enough rest. Pisces need sleep to process spiritual downloads and emotional energy. I had the best night's sleep last night. It almost felt like every way I put the pillow, and it was nice and like a cool, the sheets were cold. But every way I put the pillows, it was almost like supporting me in every way. Like literally, I had the best night's sleep. It felt good. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Stay present and surrender to the flow. Don't dwell too much on the past or worry about the future. Stay grounded in the present moment, because the present is important. The present is a gift, okay? Use that. Let go of the need to control outcomes. Be able to go with the flow is definitely important. The things that we can control, do so. But if it's out of your control, let the chips and the cards fall where they may, because the universe already has a direction for it. Okay. Um, Flow with the changes and trust in divine timing. Practicing mindfulness, breath work, and gratitude will help you stay grounded. Because I told y'all, even in the process about my car, I was upset that it happened, but my car was the only one that didn't get towed from the scene. I can still use it, even though, my pretty little baby, has a little blemish right now. I was still able to utilize it and use it. It could have been so much worse. I could have not been able to utilize it and use it. Still got to pay the payment on it. Still got to, do everything that I would still have to do and not be able to use it. And the insurance company talking about they don't want to pay for it and all these other extra things. And I could have been waiting, and it could have been so much worse. Meanwhile, I'm just thankful that, whatever's happened, I can't do some of the platforms that I would normally do. It has definitely greatly affected my, cash flow. But at this point in time, I'm still able to do some of the things that I need to do. So Pisces, you're being asked to rise above the fear and confusion, because God gave you understanding. So you have to rise above everything that's happening right now to assist and help other people. It's like you having to run into a burning building and fire, but you have the skill, you have the knowledge, you have the know-how. And no, it's not right that the universe is, asking you to run into a burning building to save people. But the universe is asking you to run into a burning building and save the people. Mind you, because of who you are, a healer, a guide, a teacher, it's what you want to do anyway. But maybe it's just like you preparing yourself, like, okay, I know this is the job that I have to do, and it's getting your mindset ready that this is the task at hand. So you were born for this. Your soul chose to be here during this great transformation. Trust yourself, protect your energy, and follow your divine calling. What may seem like an ending is actually the beginning of a higher spiritual path for you. Stay open, stay intuitive, and let the universe guide you. Now, as y'all also know, I'm always wanting to make sure that in our preparation, how do you still feel comfortable in uncomfortable places? Because you know what you are, you know what you're being called to do. So if you're called to be a leader in these times to help and guide people above the chaos and into a higher state of consciousness, then your role is not just important, it's a divinely ordained leadership. In this era, it's not about control or dominance, but about awakening, unity, and transformation. So embody the change first. And I know this is long, y'all, but it's important for us to really understand that there is a method to the madness, a method to the chaos. We're going somewhere, even though we might not know where we're going or how we're going to get there. We're being led, we're being guided. You feel it, you know it. And before you can lead others, you must fully align with the energy and wisdom you wish to bring into the world. So, I'm one of them people, I will tell you, sometimes people need to be slapped, right? Because, where you get out at is where you get, but just check yourself before you wreck yourself. So we have to check ourselves. Are we good people or are we bad people? Or are we just, you gonna get what you gonna get people? I feel like, I'm probably, you gonna get what you gonna get people. I'm mostly on the, spiritual woo-saw version. But sometimes, people will say you went too far. Meanwhile, how do you get to determine if I went too far if you offended me first? Sometimes it's one of those situations where you let go and you let God, and other times it is. So before you can lead others, you must fully align with the energy and wisdom you wish to bring into the world. Master yourself, deepen your spiritual practices, raise your vibration, and become unshakable in your truth. Know what you are. Know what you know that you know to be true. And if you know you are a chosen one, don't let nobody take that away from you. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. Don't let nobody try to diminish your character. Don't let nobody try to, move you out of your seat or out of your, because they're bigger, they're better, they're this. They may have more subscribers, more followers, more this, more that, more yada, 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 yada. They could have just been doing it way before you. But little did they know that you were coming. God was sending you. Be unshakable in your truth. Let go of fear. True leaders do not operate from fear, but from love, wisdom, and divine guidance. You don't operate from fear, even though you don't know what's going to happen. God don't give you a spirit of fear. God gives you a spirit of faith. God gives you a spirit of being fearless. You heard the chime. Period. Cultivate inner peace. The world is chaotic. Your ability to remain centered will inspire confidence in others. Because if you running frantic and you're the one saying that we got to do this, how the hell are they going to, what are they going to believe in? You seem just as afraid as they are. And even if you are, why? Why? Faith over fear. I know that God is taking us somewhere, and I know that we're going to be more than good. Define your vision clearly. People need direction. They need to see where you are leading them and why they should follow you. You are a spiritual person. So what's good about this spiritual thing? Like, are you going to be like every other person, like, and keep telling me what I cannot do, what I cannot do, what I should do? I got to fit into this box. And I noticed that people started to do that. But spiritually, your journey is not the same as my journey. My journey is not the same as your journey. Although we may lead similar pathways or maybe going in the same direction, what you're called to do and what I'm called to do could be two different things. Because I told y'all, even in the midst of the simulation and trucking, everybody feels a spot. There are the drivers themselves. There's the brokers. There's the freight forwarders. There's the people who own the building and the supplies. There are freaking workers of the building. There are forklift drivers. Everybody plays their part. Everybody is a part of the story, but maybe not even at the same time. But in the story of getting the material where it needs to go to its final destination, the person, the consumer, that product has a story that has traveled from the maker, from the products that it even took to use to make, the actual process, the product, the shipping, the people that touched it, the people that made it, the people that wrapped it, the people that, it has a story. So you can think of it like that. You have a story from your ancestors to your parents to your whatever it is that's taking place. Many people have been a part of your life. Many people have touched you in such a way, or came across your pathway, or along your journey, or intersected you on your journey. It tells the story. So what kind of world are you helping to create? Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent? What values will you stand by no matter what? Love, truth, freedom, unity, enlightenment. Because some people will waver, like, I don't do this. But meanwhile, then all of a sudden you get put in a position and now you're doing that. And people can change, but it's certain things that you just not going to get me to do. And I don't give a damn who you are or what you are or where you come from. I'm not doing that. A lot of us are doing similar things instinctively without even knowing it. And that's a fact because you are a part of the collective. So you're picking up the messages and carrying it out and don't even realize how connected you are to certain people, places, and things even at the time. So what type of world are you helping to create? What values will you stand by no matter what? How will you communicate this vision so that people can feel it in their souls? Because is it a world where people will want to be in, or is it a world that, the people who are right now trying to segregate or desegregate or whatever the fuck, yada, 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 because maybe that might work for us. But it's only going to work for us because, people would try to use segregation as a hate tool, right? But meanwhile, when they did it before and the people built Little Wall Street, Black Wall Street, then all of a sudden they brought their bombers and things of that nature because they was mad that black people were thriving without them. Be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. And then all of a sudden after you get it, now all of a sudden you mad that happened because now they were doing better without you. I mean, you gotta pick a struggle. Like, what the fuck? Do you want the people to be segregated or don't you? Like, I'm confused. So, people are just right now randomly picking up things out of thin air to try to, again, use the word gaslight, the people. But meanwhile, it may be the best thing that ever happened to any of us. We don't know. I mean, it could just be a thing. So take it how it resonates for you. Um, don't be afraid to expose illusions. That's not real. It's not real. Aaron said these motherfuckers will never win, and they will not. Because the very thing that they're trying to use, God will make them the footstool. Everything that they're using, that the tactics are going to be what they're undoing themselves. Okay, that's the thing. Um, don't be afraid to expose illusions and awaken people to their higher potential. Understand that not everyone will be ready, but the right ones will hear you. The right ones will hear the message. Know that. Gather and unite the awakened. Gather and unite the awakened. A leader is nothing without their people. Find those who are ready to rise above the fear and division, because we start to create an energy that is positivity, love, unity, ascending above the fear, the chaos, all the BS. Start a community online or in person where people can share knowledge and support each other. We doing that. Are you doing that? Because we all have to do our parts. Organize gatherings, discussions, or movements focused on spiritual growth, healing, and conscious living. Because we have to make sure that we're doing that. Because with the state of, like, even foods and things of that nature, everybody knows that, certain things that they're putting in our food is not good for us. So now one of the things was growing. Are you taking your jars, even for those of you who are saying, I don't have room to stand a third, you have a windowsill. Start just cultivating something. Start trying to grow something. Just to see. And I promise you, like, that's how I started, and it turned into something way, way bigger. Because instantly I'm like, you mean to tell me I can grow my own food without anything in it? Because higher conscious, higher mind says, I don't want to ingest poison. Because I told y'all, what are y'all consuming? And right now, they're giving us poisons. They're allowed to add a little bit of this and a little bit of that into the system. We don't want that. Create safe space where people feel empowered and not judged. This is where, like, when I said the chat, we have discussions. The chat, everybody being there, having whatever conversations they want to have. Mind you, it relates to whatever we're already discussing. And sometimes they are ahead of even me talking because I've already written that. But literally, they have their own discussions, and anybody can come in. And I had a dream last night, and the moon was purple, and, the people was running around. Nobody's going to judge. The thing that I say here, I don't care what you are. So if you're new here, I don't care what you are. Angel, demon, devil, yada, yada, yada. Be respectful in the chat. Have a conversation, because each one teach one. We're going to learn from each other. And an angel might be saying, well, what can I learn from a devil? How you going to learn to defeat or defend anything or anybody if you don't have the knowledge on how to? Them same devils in there will help you out better than some of the people who claim that they are, I'm just independent here. Yeah, you stand for nothing. So you're not going to help nothing. You're going to stand idly by and watch an innocent person get whatever it is dragged off and not do nothing because you stand for nothing. Meanwhile, one of them devils will come save your ass. It's not for me to judge. I don't care what you are. You're going to have to talk to God about it. We gather here. And when you acting wrong or something happens, and, it's somebody in the chat that will, first give you a warning. Please don't do that in here, because we don't, allow for the judgment and shit, because we don't judge. It's not for us too. God has that job. Now, if you done been led astray and you need to be, some information for the right track, we got you. Come on in. This ain't the place where they say come as you are, and then after you get there the way you are, they talk about you. We're not going to do that. It's not our place. We're trying to build community, and we're going to build community the right way. Don't offend us, we won't offend you. And even if you get offended, we need to know why. Like, what did we offend? Like, why did we offend? Or this was the offense. This is where I felt like you rubbed me the wrong way, because I tell people all the time, the energy you give is gonna be the energy you get. So if you come in here with a bad attitude and I cuss you out, guess what? I'm still gonna love you even after I cuss you out. Do you want to stay here, or do you need some more cussing out? Because maybe some people like to be cussed out. That's it. That's all. We gonna give you what you need. All right. Take it how it resonates. But come on in, because we ain't judging. There is community and family in the chat, just so you know. They gonna treat you like you've been here for forever. That's it. That's all. Isaac said, I know that's right, and period. And Aaron said, I'm thankful for that. They gonna treat you like you've been here the whole entire time. So start a community online or in person where people can share knowledge and support each other. Organize gatherings, discussions, movements focused on spiritual growth, healing, and conscious living. Create a safe space where people feel empowered and not judged. Lead by example and action, because that's all we can do. Words are powerful, but actions transform the world. Words are powerful, but actions transform the world. If you preach love, be love. Love in every interaction. Amen. If you preach love, be love in every interaction. Don't be out here saying, I teach love, preach love, this, that, and third, and then behind the scenes, you out here being a hateful, nasty ass bitch to people. God see you, and that's one of the weirdest things that people do, because they'll, lights, camera, action. Oh, I'm such an angel, this, that, and the third, and then as soon as the camera go off, they out here being nasty and conniving. No, ma'am, no, ham. God saw you. God sees you. And as long as you have a healthy fear of God, you shouldn't even care what the people that are watching, see, think, or anything else, because they don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. But God does. All right, take it how it resonates. If you stand for truth, never compromise it for comfort. If you stand for truth, never compromise it for comfort. Meaning, don't sell yourself. Don't sell your soul. Because it's going to be somebody that comes along that says, oh, I can commercialize this, or I can help you in a way, but you can't be, your authentic self. You have to do things my way, this, then, and third, yada, yada, yada. Now you're different than what you were. You convinced these people to be, your friends, your family, you're this, that, and the third, and now you're different than what the hell you said you was going to be. And this is for everybody that knows, like, you're people that everybody goes to. Like, even if you don't realize it yet, you are the go-to person. People will come and ask you for advice, and you wondering, like, why do people just all of a sudden start telling me their life story? Because you are the person that I'm talking to. You might not know where God is taking you or where you're about to be sitting at next, but you are the person that I'm talking to, because it's already setting the foundation for you to be in line with this. This is the reason why the people just all of a sudden pull up and start giving you their business. And you like, why do these people just start telling me stuff all the damn time? Because you are the go-to person. They see your light. They know that you could be trusted. Stay that. If you seek peace, help others find inner peace. Be the peace that you want. Because I told y'all, like, peace is priceless. People do not understand. When a person is peaceful, you can go on and get, because they're not going to let you bring bullshit to them. And they're going to fight for every inch of their peace to maintain it and keep it. Like, ain't nobody got time for all this weird shit that's happening. We want peace in the world. We want structure that makes sense. We don't got time for every time you wake up, just because you mad or you're a nasty ass individual, you just decide to corrupt everybody's life. Like, what type of fucking individual are you? That's not a leader. That's some weird ass shit. Sometimes people need to talk to someone they know is not going to judge them. Amen and period. I just said, it. So not everyone will be ready. Many will resist. Some will attack you. Do not let it deter you. Because people come in this channel all the time. They'll start with the bullshit, and guess what? They get ejected out of here real quick. This is not of God, this, that, and the third, yada, yada. I don't teach nothing but God. I don't know nothing but God. So I don't know where, they come from. They just come in and they start judging. But at the end of the day, we're going to deal with you too. Because I'll control the troll, okay? And people be saying, why do you even give them the time of day? Because they need a hug. So sometimes it just be a little bit of attention, I'm going to give it to you. And then, they be mad at first, but then they come right back and they be in the channel, part of the channel. Now they're part of the family because they thought they was going to come in here and disrupt some shit. Nope. You got exactly what you was looking for. Now get your ass in here and sit the hell down and shut the hell up. Class is in session. Mind you, I don't even really like being in people's business. I had to be in my own business because I tell y'all all the time, when I'm talking to y'all, I'm really talking to me. And I love me some me. And I got to make sure that I'm following the right protocol because, if I do something wrong, I get my ass handed to me right away. I don't get to, go out here and do all this ungodly shit and, shit. Nope. I get my ass beat real, real quick. So I got to set some standards and some guidelines because, God don't play about me. God don't play with me either. Because you know better. And when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you get your ass in trouble right away for being a weird bitch. Astaghfirullah. So know that even those who reject you now may awaken later because of the seeds that you plant today. And that's a real thing. That's a fact. Keep your energy protected. Not everyone deserves access to your light because they don't. Call the people to rise. Rise above the BS. Please and thank you. This is your rally cry. It's time for people to step out of fear and into their true power. This is the time. Y'all see what's happening. Those who have eyes, let them see. Like, this stuff is not going over a lot of y'all heads. Y'all see what's happening in the world, in the universe. We're spiritual people. We have eyes to see. Some of us can see stuff that hasn't even happened yet. But you're very awake and in tune to the universe and the energy. So you feel the thing that is coming. But you also know that in order for us to rise above the thing that is coming, because darkness may come, but we may not even be sitting in the place for it to be dark. We might be in the place where it was light. Remember, I just told y'all, we're going to be above that. Because that's what we're being called to do. Elevate people in a way that don't leave them in darkness. They are the light. All right? So speak with conviction, with fire and divine certainty, because we know that we know. We know that we are above whatever is happening right now. Remind people who they are, really divine beings, not slaves to fear or manipulation. Because we are not. And we're not ever going to be. Nobody's going to ever convince us of that. So if you're one being led, if you're the one to lead and being led by divine, then you have already been chosen. The world needs fearless, awakened leaders now more than ever. Your purpose is not small. It is cosmic. Step into your power, walk with truth, and let those who are ready rise with you. The world is waiting, and it is time. Excuse me. So, there's more, because there's always more. All right. And this is coming to an end because I know we have been here for a very long time, but this was important because you know how your grandparents have been saying, this is the end of days, this is the end of time, and they've been saying it for a long, long period of time. And now we're starting to see certain things that are playing out. But for us, it's elevation and ascension, getting closer to divine, because we don't act out of a spirit of fear. So the flip side of leadership and how to ensure the victory, because we already won. Being a leader in these times come with immense responsibility. The flip side of this mission is the great power can be misused. So again, standing in your truth, knowing who you are, not being wavered, because power can be misused. We're watching people do it right here, right now. They are the people that say, we're in control, but meanwhile, on a daily basis, they're corrupting the system. They're stealing. They're taking from the small people. But that's not what they were put in place for. That's not what it should have been used for. But, they said what they said, and people still acted like they didn't say what they said. So great power can be misused, misunderstood, or resisted. True leadership is not just about rallying people. It's about staying aligned with truth, avoiding pitfalls, and ensuring that what you build is sustainable, because everybody wants a life that is sustainable. We wanna all grow and evolve in a way that we create the best world possible for us and our future. So one of the things is being mindful. Manipulation and false prophets, people who will arise and people who will come and say I'm in leadership role, meanwhile it is for their own benefit, like we have now. It's not for the great of all people. Having some discernment is important. Discernment is key. Not everyone who speaks of awakening is truly awakened. Can you see that from them? Watch people's actions, not just their words. A true leader leads by example. Never compromise the truth for popularity, money, or approval. Because what are you truly building? What are we truly building? Like, this is one of the things that we have to question ourselves and ask ourselves. What do we really want out of this world, out of this life, out of this situation at this moment in time? So ensuring victory to the path of success. Victory doesn't come from force. It comes from wisdom, unity, and persistence. So making sure that we emerge victorious. Stay deeply connected to your purpose. Never let distractions pull you off course at all. Lead with love, but move with strategy. Hey, Judith. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Power must be used wisely. Strengthen the people, not just the movement. Empowered individuals create unstoppable change. Because we need to be leading by example. There's a whole lot of people out here that are saying, oh, we're going to do this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. And maybe it's just the time, the moment, but we need the people. The people are what's important, because remember, I told you, don't bite the hand that feeds you. They thought they were feeding us, but meanwhile, we were feeding them, because without one thing, the other don't exist as well. Just because a person gets put into position to be able to be the owner of something or the leader of something, don't mean they don't need the small guy. The small fries matter too. Keep going, no matter how hard it is or how hard it gets. The greatest victories come after the hardest battles. So in this moment, it's just not a movement, it's a destiny. You were chosen to lead because your soul is strong enough to carry this mission forward. Avoid the traps, move with wisdom, and never let darkness consume the light you are here to share. Because the light is important. Each one has its own value. But when the darkness starts to try to overpower the light in a way where it's trying to strong arm and make people, live in fear or enslaved, no ma'am, no ham. Victory is not just possible, it is inevitable. Stay the course and the world will rise with you, because it is time. So Pisces, the last days, nobody saw this coming. You are rising as a great leader. You being a person who stands up for the movement and are outspoken. You standing in your destiny and understanding the assignment. People might not have thought that little Aaron, who is, a mother of, two, and doing this, that, or the third, they may have never thought that you would be the person that would be leading a movement. Judith, whatever your situation or circumstances is, people may not have thought that you would be, in a leadership role leading a movement. Isaac, everybody that's in the chat, nobody thought that you would be the person that God would call a chosen one to stand in the gap for the little people, or, rally the people together, or get the people to understand that we have to fight for something because they don't want us to. And it's the right thing to do. So be mindful, be diligent, be proactive, lead with love, but move with strategy. So that's the message. Hopefully it helped. I gotta go blow my nose, and I don't know why, but I feel like allergy moment. I love y'all, and see y'all later.